What gear is required to run a marathon? You'd be surprised about how much gear you can accumulate while prepping for a race. From shorts to gels, I want to share what I will be using during my training. Week 2 of the Runny Egg series begins now. From the ground up, I want to start talking about these shoes. So I have the Asics Gel Cumulus 25s. These puppies are to keep me running and keeping me fresh. So these are my daily trainers. Thick soles and the ability to keep myself feeling good after a run and not have tired legs. The other pair of shoes that I've been running with have been more for my tempo workouts. And when I say tempo, I'm just running at a marathon pace. And these are the shoes that I use to do that. And I actually like them a lot. They're actually pretty cool. A little cooler than my gray shoes, but again, these puppies are for keeping myself fresh along the way. Along the lines of shoes, I have my socks. So currently I'm using 2 different types. So I have the feature socks, which are the ultralight no-shows. These are great for the hot Texas sun to keep my feet from blistering. And these O1 STs, I've never heard of this brand, but I was at a running store when I bought the Hyperion Max shoes. The salesperson actually suggested that I try out these O1 STs, and he gave me a couple pairs, and they've been great. Very thin, very great for running in the South Texas heat. From there, I've been trying to find a pair of shorts that I've been wanting to use. So I currently have these Brooks Sherpa shorts, and I have some Amazon Special Bayleaf shorts. I have a couple other shorts that I've ordered, but I've been struggling finding a good short. So I'm really hoping that I can find a good short before I go run the actual marathon. For shirts, all I use is usually Nike shirts. They end up coming off around mile 2, mile 3 because they're usually drenched through, especially in the South Texas humidity. Now, one of my favorite things that I have is my watch. So this is the Garmin Forerunner 955, and it's more than just a smartwatch. Comparing it to Apple Watch is really like comparing apples to oranges. This thing is actually better for my training readiness, a great GPS, keeping track of my runs, and it gives me a sleep score every night so that I understand how much REM or how much sleep I got. This next thing is one of my favorite things. This is my Oakley sunglasses. Now, I think they look pretty cool. You can be the judge of that. They also are fantastic because on the side, they have this essentially this stickiness so that they're not bobbing up and down in my head while I'm running. On top of that, sometimes I use a hat. It depends on the day. Usually for long runs, I will have the hat, but I'm usually taking it off by mile 5, mile 6, because again, the South Texas heat has been crushing me. For those long runs, I've been using a Nathan's water bottle. This has the ability to keep my phone in this pocket or any of the gels in the pocket too while I run. For headphones, I've been using the Apple headphones. These have been great. Some others use the bone induction ones so you can keep your ears open to the road around you. I take my chance and I just put these in and I listen to my book on my long runs and maybe some faster music on my tempo runs. But those have been great. Not sure if they'll last the entire marathon, however long that's gonna be. So that's something I'm gonna be testing out. Next, we have some nutrition. So I've been using the Element packets, usually right before a run to make sure that I have the electrolytes and the salt to retain the water. I've also sometimes been using the Honey Stinger Energy Chews. And then during runs, I use these goo gels. Personally, I'm okay with the goo gels. Some others don't like the taste of them. My favorite is definitely the salted caramel. Also has a little caffeine for a little pick-me-up during those long runs. Last, I have the Theragun. So this puppy has been helping keeping my muscles from getting too sore, especially recovering from the runs. Now my hamstring gets a little tight sometimes, so this has been great to loosen it up during and after stretches. So if you don't have one of these, you gotta go out and pick yourself up one of these. Now these are the essentials that I'm gonna be using for this marathon training. Do I know if they're gonna change during the marathon training? No, but I'll keep you updated if I do change some things or what I use during the marathon. In the end, the gear actually doesn't matter. Whatever keeps you healthy, motivated, and ready to go running, that's the gear you should use. This is the gear I'm gonna be using for my marathon training. So thanks for tuning in to Flying Egg Productions Week 2. And let's run.
Mile 1.5. Week 2. Let's get it.